All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another client success interview. Today I'm going to be interviewing Demi-Rose, and she has been inside of the Rapid Expansion Method for just a little bit over a month. She contracted over $5,000 in sales. It might even be a little bit higher than that, but I just want to make sure that everything's super transparent. So I'm very excited to get her on here today. Oh, you're here now. Awesome. So I'm going to bring you on video. How's it going?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for being here. I mean, I love the fact that we were literally just talking on Instagram and you're just like, I'm gonna, my hair's just really wet because I just got back from the beach. So as long as you're okay with that, I was like, I love that. Why don't we tell everyone why you're living on the beach? Let's start there. So yeah, go for it.
So yes, I did just come in from a surf about 20 minutes ago and I grabbed myself a coffee. So now I live across the road from the beach in Queensland. It's a beautiful place in the Gold Coast in Australia. And when we originally met, I was living out of the spare room at my dad's house because I had just gone through a relationship separation. And one of the really big goals that I had was to move to the other side of the country and build my personal development business. But to do that, I actually really needed to start making money. And so I joined your coaching program and here I am. Everything has fallen into line.
I know, it's so exciting. And you just spent the past 2 weeks, driving across country, getting a new, job deal. And I mean, it's so incredible. And it's so incredible to see that transformation truly happening for you. So since you joined REM, and we know that you took almost 2 weeks off, how much have you contracted in sales so far?
So I've actually contracted, I know I sent you through some figures, but those figures were, what did I send you through? 5,000?
5, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it was around 6,000, but last night I sold 2 more clients to the value of 5,200. So now we're looking at $10,000 or $11,000.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that amazing? Congratulations.
Yeah.
So we're at $10,000 or $11,000 in a little bit over a month since joining the Rapid Expansion Method. How does that feel?
Amazing. And I don't start work until 10 a.m.
And what are you doing before 10 a.m.?
Surfing, training, journaling, breath work, getting coffee, just living my life.
That's fantastic. And I feel like something for you as well is just that this is what you wanted to be doing. And this is even what you're preaching for other people and you're living and breathing it, right? I think that's so inspiring. So walk us through what was happening for you before you joined the program and why you decided to join.
So before I joined the program, I had a business structure and system that I was really unhappy with. And I also didn't really I'd established a new program that I really wanted to get out there and launch. And you're not wrong. That's exactly the piece of the puzzle that was really important to me, was that living that freedom lifestyle and living that fully fulfilling and passionately driven lifestyle that helps me be able to create the things that I really wanted to do within my life and my day. And I wasn't doing those things, but I was desperate to do them. But it just came down to an imbalance between putting in the work to get the money for the business and then also being able to spend time doing the things that I love and preaching that to the women that I want to coach as well. So I found myself really caught in this little web of not really knowing where to spend my energy to be effective in my business to free up my time elsewhere, or free up my time for my own personal growth and my own personal development and some other things that I want to pursue. So there was that piece. So there's the piece around not really knowing where to spend most of my energy, and also being unhappy with how my business was structured and the systems and even the programs that I used to previously run, and wanting to completely filter and phase those out and bring in the new programs. And so now, since starting with you, I've been able to grow one of the coaching programs that I offer, and I'm launching a new one this month as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited about that new one. That's amazing. So what would you say was the thing that helped you the most inside of the program? Or what would you say was what were the pieces where you're like, yes, this is exactly what I needed?
I think for me, it was the system and the structure, and just having you say, okay, yes, so this is your focus this week. And I was like, cool, I can do that, and then even though some of those focuses were just like, some of them were small and some of them were big action steps, but it was like, okay, let's do that, focus on that. And then anything extra that I got done, it would usually overflow onto me being productive in other ways as well. And then also having someone to validate my ideas too. Like when I had that piece around the new program and I was like, I'm experiencing a lot of resistance around running it in this way, but now I've had this idea to run it in this way. What do you think? And you're like, that's brilliant. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, what's really interesting about doing these success interviews for me as well is that it's so helpful for me to be like, oh, you guys really like the accountability. Like so many people are like, you told me what to do every week, and I just really appreciated that. And I was like, cool, let's. I feel like I need to do that all the time. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So okay. So another thing that I usually ask in these interviews is to just like finish the sentence. So if someone else were to work with me, they would know that. Like, what would they know?
Someone else was to work with you, they would know that. I think there's definitely a piece there around you being genuinely invested in your client's success. Like that was something from our very first call, like our discovery call together. That was something that I was like, and we only really connected like for a short period of time over Instagram before we jumped on a call. And I was like, I feel totally safe with this investment with you. And I feel like energetically, it was the right exchange for me. I felt like you were invested in my success and you were able to resonate with me on the past experiences that I'd had with other business coaches that hadn't worked for me, and help me create safety. So if someone else was to be working with you, they would, in my eyes, they would know that you're genuinely invested in their success, which is what I love.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. I feel like it's really helpful for people to understand that, especially because there are sometimes it's bad experiences for like a whole bunch of different reasons, right? But it's really helpful for people to know, like, okay, is this person actually going to do what they say that they're going to do, right? Or is this just like a sales call and then I'm just going to like drop you into something that's completely different?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
And what has your experience been like inside of the program? Like, what have you liked about the amount of support, like the people in it, anything like that?
I love the calls. I do love the group calls. I definitely missed them when I was doing my travel across the country. I was like, I've missed my call. So I love the calls and I love the space that people feeling safe to share. And even sometimes like there's been calls where I've felt that I could share something that might help someone else in the group too. And that just feels like a really empowering space to be in. And then I love that I get to access you privately in DMs as well. So it's like this beautiful group setting where you get to like read everyone else's wins and see what other people are struggling with, see what other people are like. A big thing is seeing what other systems coaches are using, because it's like there's so many and like it's just a short tracked way of finding out what someone else is using, how they like it, and whether it would work for you, rather than having to sign up to like 4 different 30-day trials for a different system and trial every single thing, which is what I was doing before. Like any new system or process that I wanted to use within my business, I would do like the 7-day trial or the 30-day trial for the software or the program, trial it, and then it would just take so long to pick the right system or process. And now within this group, I can literally just pop it into the chat like, has anyone used this? Or do a search and find the chat thread about these, and then you're just reading about other people's experiences. And then also, so that's like the amazing piece around the group. Then I get to DM you privately and go, hey, I'm really struggling with this. Can you help?
Yeah, I love how you said that, because I feel like a lot of people they constantly ask me like, do I need this tech? Do I need this stuff? And it's just like, most of that is so complicated. If we just focus on your content, your messaging, which is something that we really did for you as well, right? We really like niched out and like really clarified who it is that you speak to. And then once again, like go into your growth and your outreach. Like it really doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And when you take all of your time out of figuring all of these systems, which aren't even income generating activities, then you can expand into your zone of genius, right? And be able to do that while you go to the beach, while you travel, while you do all these other things.
Yeah. And totally. And like what is really freaking cool about what I do now is when we narrowed down and got really clear on the woman that I was speaking to, it made it even more clear and evident to me the things that, like, why it's so important for me to be going out and living that life that I want to live and documenting it. So like now my content is me just filming, you know, like adventures that I go on and my surfing and where I get my coffee from in the morning and like when I do my breath work, when I do my meditation and all the things that I do to help me improve my quality of life, I just document them and that's my content. And it's like, that's my zone of genius. That's what I love doing. And I've now just been able to have the knowledge and the insight and the support in hiring other people to do the other stuff that I don't, you know, that's not for me, you know?
Exactly. I love that. And so for anyone who's listening to this, if you want to kind of like go to the beach in the morning, start your day at 10, that's literally what I do, except I don't live beside the beach, although I'd love to. I feel like that's like the next step. But you want to start your work day at 10. You want to like fit your business around your life, not the other way around, like Demi's been able to do. Let's get on a sales call. So we're currently opening up just a few spots this month for the Rapid Expansion Method, and we're actually guaranteeing results. So I'll get my team to link the call below. And basically what we'll do in the call is we'll kind of go through the gaps in your business, what you've tried hasn't been working. And then if it feels like a good fit, we will move you, see if you want to enroll. So what would you say, Demi, for anyone who feels like they're on the fence about working with me or working in the program?
I think it would definitely be around like have a look at maybe the reasons why you feel like you are on the fence and see if they're actual limitations versus just perceived limitations. Like, are they real things that are going to prevent you from being successful in the program, or are they things that you can work past? Usually they're just perceived limitations and you can work past them with the right support and the right community and the right structure and tools. It's just, I think for me personally, a big thing was coming down to that trust. Like we created a very safe space and safe connection, which was super important. And then I really had to fully trust myself that I was going to apply myself to the program and that those results were going to come. So if you can fully apply yourself to the program and be invested in it, not just financially, but time-wise and energetically, you'll get the results. Like I literally have run 2 workshops and sold over $10,000 worth of sales and I've taken 2 weeks off business completely to move. And I've only been in the program 6 weeks. So that's like 4 weeks of work. And I start work at 10 a.m. So I was like, I'm working less and I've made more money in that 4-week period than I have in 3 years of business. So it's just applying yourself to the program and fully trusting yourself. If there's reservations, for me personally, it was a self-trust thing where it's like I need to be able to trust myself to put the work in. But then, you know, if you have the right support, the right community, you know, you can't go wrong really.
Thank you so much for saying all that and for sharing all of that. I feel like it's so important. And that was actually one thing that Nakama said too. She was like, you know what, on my call with you, Sarah, I remember thinking like, okay, should I trust, like, can I trust you? You know, can I trust? And then I actually asked her, do you trust yourself? Right? Believe in yourself, because that's equally as important, right? If not more. It's actually more important. So as long as you can like fully trust yourself, like you said, to put in the work, you know, like the most amazing things can happen to you, and they're happening to you right now. And I'm so excited, honestly. Like every time I look at your stuff and like what you've been able to accomplish, yes, we're doing it.
Yes, it's happening. Yeah, and it is. Honestly, it's so incredible. And all the other areas of my life outside of my business have all started to line up too. Like all those doors are opening because I'm creating more space for them. So it was a win-win situation for me.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah, and I can't, like I said, I tell everyone the best is yet to come, so I can't wait to like see where you land with everything. And yeah, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to do this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful, it's nighttime for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful evening?
Yeah. Beautiful evening. Yeah.
Have the best day.
Bye.
See ya.